All right, guys. What's up, guys? Josh Lau here with the Card Guys, and welcome to 2024, and welcome to what hopefully will be a weekly stream here on the Card Guys YouTube channel. 2024, we're really going to make a push at the Card Guys to try to stream more. And my preferred day to stream is going to be Tuesdays, so this is where you guys are going to be able to find me pretty much every week. And basically Tuesdays are going to be me exploring different warrior decks, basically. If you are in chat right now, if you're watching right now, you pretty much know what you're in for here with me. So I have a lot of things planned for this stream. We're going to be talking about the heavy hitter spoilers. We're going to be talking about a few initial early builds for the two decks, although we don't have too many cards, but I do want to talk a little bit about each one. I'm going to go on FABREC, which is one of our sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, we did get a new sponsor, Magnolia Gaming, so shout out to Magnolia Gaming, and thanks for supporting the Card Guys. But anyways, FABREC.gg is another one of our sponsors, and I'm gonna be taking a look about some trends in the builds for Bolton and Olympia. That's also where we will be able to see where the initial builds of Casai and Olympia are going to be at as well. And then we'll hit a few games. I have a deck list that I saw from Flame Dog, who took Bolton to the Cincinnati PTI and did pretty well with that. So we're going to be trying that deck out a little bit. It's pretty similar to the deck that I have, but he has a couple changes, and I kind of want to see how those feel. So yeah, we are, like I said, Tuesday's going to be everything warrior. I will probably dedicate this stream more to Bolton, although I'm going to be talking about everything. The next stream, I'm going to talk about Dorinthia, and then basically we're going to be at heavy hitters, so we're going to be jumping into the new heroes, obviously. I did post a poll on Twitter. For those of you who don't follow me, I am at Josh_TCGZ. And I posted a poll, and I said, which warrior are you more interested in seeing content for first? Streams, deck techs, card analysis, etc. And there were two choices, Casai and Olympia, and it is pretty much dead even. It seems like a lot of my polls are pretty dead even. I have polled my Twitter followers several times, and they never give me a definitive answer. So go vote there if you want to influence that a little bit. Just checking in the chat. We got a couple guys there. Hi, Stygian. Nice to see you here. I know you're a Dory fan. Anyways, let's just jump into some heavy hitters here. So let's see if I can do this correctly. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys all know of FABREC. If not, this is the FABREC website. Under heavy hitters, we have it here. The Card Guys do have a spoiler. It is going to be on the 17th. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about it, so I won't talk about it, but it is a playable card. Let's just put it that way. And probably playable in multiple decks, actually. You guys will just have to wait until the 17th to figure out what that is. Okay, anyways, let's kind of break this down here. So, heavy hitters, we know all the heroes at the moment. We know that there are 6 heroes, and actually there are 5 new classic constructed heroes, which is a lot. I'm not going to talk too much about the Brute cards or the Guardian cards. They're much, much more qualified people to talk about them. But I will just briefly say that KO does remind me a little bit of Ira in that he can easily get +1, and his deck builds are going to be looking pretty interesting because you could include all the blue 5s. You can also include things like E-Strike, Rabble, etc. So he looks pretty interesting. Reinhardt, I know a lot of the Brute fans are disappointed that they didn't get a new hero, but I think Reinhardt's pretty cool, and this art's not bad. Anyways, a lot of the Brute cards going to be pretty terrifying in a more combo centric deck, but let's look here kind of briefly at the numbering, because that's actually very, very critical here. So HVY000, we know this is almost certainly the Fable. The Fable is it has always traditionally been the 000 card here. And then we have the heroes, and we have typically the weapons and equipment would come here, and then the majestics. So there's a majestic here, there's a majestic here, and there's probably a couple more majestics, and then we start rare cycles here, and then common cycles here, right? So it looks like they're going to go Brute, Guardian, Warrior, and then do the hybrids. As for Guardian here, we see that we got Betsy. Kind of reminds me of Bravo a bit, because paying 2 to give overpower, not quite dominate, but he does get she does give a +1 bonus, which is quite nice. And Victor, the most smackable, punchable face in Flesh and Blood at the moment, I guess. We're gonna have to see kind of how many cards support the clash mechanic. I guess that's gonna be a core mechanic of Guardian moving forward, since Guardian will pretty much win most clashes, especially considering that they have a lot of blues that are like at least 6 power generally. Let's look at chat a little bit here. Casai all the way. Okay, you voted for Casai. Some people voted for Olympia. People are still voting. That poll's open for 3 days. Whichever one, I don't think there's going to be a clear winner, but if there is a clear winner, I will be focusing my attention towards that. I am a Dory fan in part thanks to your list. It was a great inspiration, and I took it to my local ProQuest. Glad to hear. You're a bit burnt out by Warrior at the moment, but maybe intrigued by other classes. Brute in particular looks very strong. Super looking forward to Casai. Yep. Brute, like I said, I think is going to be quite combo centric, and we'll have to see where the builds go. But like Reinhardt, if you've played enough Blitz, you know just like how terrifying Reinhardt can be. So, like there are some ridiculous turns that they can sequence, and many of them involve the card Berserk. Confirmed busted. I don't know if any of these decks are going to be busted, but let's just say that there's a percentage of non-games against Brute. Josh, I'm here to ask you a simple question about Warriors. What the hell does Olympia do? Well, we'll get to Olympia in a little bit. Let me talk about the Guardians, and we'll move on there. Classic Reinhardt. Yep. Betsy is my waifu. Are you more into the younger Betsy, or the Mama Betsy? She has a keg in one hand and a giant, like, I don't know, what is it? A thumping club in the other. I don't know exactly. Anyways, so again, let's talk about the numbering system here, right? So generally they put the heroes here. The heroes are majestic, but just like in previous sets, if you open a majestic hero, that doesn't mean you lose out on a majestic card non-hero card in your box, right? So you're basically going to get 6 to 7 Majestics, and if you pull a hero, it doesn't count towards your normal Majestics. Okay. This card almost certainly is a legendary. So again, remember there's heroes and then there's equipment. And since this Miller's Grindstone is a rare weapon, this is probably a legendary equipment. If I had to guess, it's going to be a leg slot equipment. They could give Guardian a helmet as well. They are lacking for an actual helmet. They typically just run Crown of Providence. Helm of Eisen's Peak does exist, but it's been a long time since I've seen a Guardian use that. And so seeing the Miller's Grindstone at rare here, this is actually quite interesting. It's very possible that we get a cycle. So Brute gets a rare weapon and Warrior gets a rare weapon. Now, obviously that has the most implications for Warrior because they're the weapon focused class, right? So it's possible we get something that is kind of out of the left field, like the Decimator Great Axe, or we could get another one-handed weapon, so we don't have to rely so heavily on the Centauri Sabers or the axes. We'll see. There's also the possibility that there's something that synergizes very well with the Quicksilver Dagger. So that was a weapon that was printed quite a while ago. Let me pull that up. It's that is a card that let's see here. Yep. So the Quicksilver Dagger, this was printed in Dynasty, and this basically hasn't seen much play. But if there's another, I guess they'd have to print probably a sword. I guess they could print an axe, but that naturally has Go Again. But it says has gained Go Again this turn. So I don't know exactly how they're going to have to do it, but there could be some support for this, right? I guess it's like if we look at the weapons that Warrior currently has, so let's just use Bolton as the base. So if you look at the amount of weapons, actually, it's not that high. You would think that Warrior would actually have more weapons. They don't. Basically, there's a little bit of ambiguity whether you're running Dawnblade or Decimator Axe, right? And there's some crazy people that are running Hatchet Story as well. And Bolton is basically running Centauri Saber plus Raiden generally. And then in Blitz, sometimes you'll see Jubil. But Beaming Blade, Merciless Battle Axe, and obviously Talishard don't really see play. Dawnblade Resplendent is very, very situational. So having the implications of Warrior getting a weapon similar to this, like just a rare weapon, is quite huge, actually. So definitely something to be looking for. Okay, so again, we probably have several Majestics here. It's actually a lot of Majestics, right? Because this is 59, this is 60. So there could be conceivably 9 Majestics here, or there could be a rare cycle of Guardian equipment, mainly for draft. Because 9 Majestics for Guardian seems quite high. And then we start the rare cycle here, and we go to the common cycle here, right? All right, let's move on to the Warrior section here. If you want more Guardian stuff, Ed, who recently joined the team and does streams, he would be the person to talk to about all these. Anyways, let's take a look at the two heroes here. So they're young and adult form are the same hero abilities. So let's just look at Casai first. So If you drawn a card this turn, your sword attacks cost 1 less to activate. So this is basically Courage of Bladehold, and it's very reminiscent of the Casai Centauri Sellsword ability, which said your second sword attack costs 1 less. So drawing a card is not very difficult when you have gold tokens. Now, there are obviously other ways to draw cards, but that is going to be the primary way that Casai draws cards. So how does she make gold tokens? Well, she makes them with this ability here. So once per turn action, banish 2 reds and 2 yellows, which is very interesting because now the deck actually needs to be built probably very rainbowish. Maybe even kind of light on blues, but basically banishing reds and yellows. The next time a weapon attack you control hits a hero this turn, create a gold token. So you probably want to start with a gold token and then use it so that you have the resources to pay for things like Blade Runner and attack reactions. Because if you activate Kasai's hero ability and you don't hit, that's pretty bad. I could also see a world where, I don't know if they're going to print something like this, but if they combine Go Again with the ability to attack an additional time with a weapon, so basically like if Glint and Twinning had like a baby, it would probably cost 1 or 2, and it would probably be a red card. Since it's very, very powerful, that would obviously be very, very good in Kasai. But yeah, basically maintaining the gold token will just allow you to, keep this cycle going. And eventually you can have this, which is the payoff for having a bunch of gold. Centauri Sellswords is a token, and they are able to, where's the token? Centauri Sellsword, where are you? Well, if I remember, oh, right here. Okay, so they can attack only if you've attacked with a weapon, right? So the play pattern would be you attack with your weapon, possibly you destroy a gold token to start the turn. You play this, you attack with your weapon, you give it Go Again, and then you attack with the Centauri Sellswords a few times. This basically turns the gold into a board state, which is effectively like gaining life, which is because they don't really want this to stick around. This is not the most threatening of. This is not like a Kyloria or anything like that, but the play patterns can get a little bit ridiculous if you just give Kasai the ability to go 3 Go Again. So I do anticipate people clearing this, and it's not particularly difficult to clear because it's 2 health, but it's going to be annoying for certain classes to clear. Of note, Guardian. So I think that's going to be kind of the. We're going to have to see whether or not there's more ways to make, or there's more outlets for gold. So currently, this is the main outlet for gold. We'll see if there's another one. But yeah, at home basically. All right. In one of our first armories, I played Dory and got high rolled by a KO. That will happen. Yes, KO can use his swing big pretty well. Just be thankful he can't use Alpha Rampage, because that would be pretty ridiculous. Deaf Older Betsy. Okay, a man of culture. These tokens are truly majestic. Are them tokens, but well, yeah. I don't think there's going to be majestic tokens, but there could be alt art tokens, similar to how the Ashwings have had the Marvel Ashwing that you could get. The way I see it, put wagers on Great Axe, question, profit. That is probably how Olympia is going to operate. I don't see Casai operating like that, but who knows? Been looking forward to this one. Do the allies make you weaker to wagers? You can't defend the allies. Oh, interesting. So a lot of the wagers are the hybrid classes, right? So like things like this, right? I mean, do they? So this one specifies a hero. This one specifies a hero, and then like things that pump, like this one, says when it attacks a hero. So I don't think the Centauri sellswords make you weaker to wager. Aren't the heroes considered tokens? The heroes are considered tokens for draft. The adult heroes are classified as majestics, but again, they don't take up a slot in your box. You can't wager attacking allies. Correct. Yep, that is correct. Okay, so let's take a look at the other hero here, Olympia, prized fighter. Regular degular in terms of health and intellect, obviously. The first time each of your attacks wins a wager, create a gold token. So each of your attacks, as in weapon or attack action, wins a wager, create a gold token. So the greatest synergy here, the lowest hanging fruit, is pair all these pumps like this with the Decimator Great Axe and Tunic. If there is stuff that costs 0, it'll be actually quite ridiculous, but I don't think they're gonna print, like, it looks like they're gonna make things cost at least 1, right? So that whole cycle could be very annoying. And the main payoff for Olympia's gold generation is this one here. Is it? No, it's not. Where is Olympia's gold payoff? Have they might not have spoiled it yet. I presume it is probably going to be one of these. So this is actually this is another place where it's like really interesting, because this is 103 and this is 105, right? So that kind of indicates 104 is probably another Olympia specialization. I would be very surprised if they don't give 2 specializations to each of these new heroes, because like I'm gonna presume, because 60 is a Guardian block card, so I think 58 and 59 are gonna be Victor specializations, and 56 and 57 are gonna be Betsu specializations. So very possible that the other one is Olympia's gold payoff. Yeah. We have no gold payoff. We know nothing about this hero. Yep. Yeah. So this is the hero with like the most mystery behind it, because this is such a narrow mechanic wager that it's like very unlikely to be supported for like 10 more sets. Like, it took Bolton a very, very long time to get support. It took Levi a very, very long time to get support, right? So, I mean, the set after this, other than in the expansion slot, we're probably not going to see any more wager cards, right? So, if Olympia is good, that it's going to be like fairly obvious, I think, because we're going to look at the wager cards and we're like, okay, this lines up really nicely in terms of resource curve, and we still don't know the weapon as well. So that's the main thing. But lowest hanging fruit is this is the Decimator Great Axe user. Although it is key to look at the art. He is dual wielding like cleavers here, or this looks like a short sword, right? So very, very, very possible that his style, at least in limited, will be revolving around 2 one-handed weapons. And what makes me think that even more is that we know Kasai is going to be running Centauri Sabers, probably, right? So now she doesn't have to, obviously, because these are because we're very likely to have other weapons for Olympia. But if they make it one-handed, then they can print things in the set that are warrior cards that say target one-handed weapon, da 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 da. Target one-handed weapon gains this effect, right? So I think it's very likely that we're going to get a set of token weapons for Olympia that are one-handed, if I had to guess. We will have to see, though. Hello, Mansant. Nice to see you in chat. Up the ante gives me hope that he'll be a dual-wield warrior. Yes, I do think. Like, when people originally asked me about Bolton, right? And they said, hey, Josh, what weapons should he run? Well, I said, the art gives you a very strong sense of what LSS wants you to run, right? You look at Lumina Ascension. You look at Via the Vanguard, right? He has his raid in it, right? You look at this, like every single picture of Bolton, he is holding rated, right? So very similarly here, I think Olympia is probably going to be one-handed. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about some of these cards here. So up the ante, blue block 3s. You'll love to see it. Blue block 3 specialization. Kind of sad that this is not for all warriors, but that's all right. Now this is actually really, really cool because this can get +3 at max for 3 resources, right? Now that generally doesn't get it done against Sig Below, Fate Foreseen, etc., right? So this is actually going to be a pretty risky card to use. So you kind of have to. I anticipate this being played on second cycle, and that's part of the reason that this is a blue card, right? So agility, gold, and vigor. So let's just quickly go over what those do. So agility is basically quicken but worse. Okay, yep. So unlike a quicken token, you can't control when this pops. So basically quicken at home. Vigor is tunic at home. You basically get a resource. Again, you can't control it. And might is courage at home, but you can't control it, right? So yeah. So basically you could get all 3 of them, and agility, vigor, and gold should be useful for all 3 of them. Should be very, very useful for warrior. So having go again obviously is very good for Dorinthia because you can attack again. Very good for Bolton because if you charge, that saves you a soul and you could raid in. Obviously Kasai would like that as well because then you could attack with the other sword, or if you're running like the Quicksilver Dagger, that turns that on. That turns on all of your Centauri sellswords. And I'm guessing Olympia is going to like agility tokens as well, but we'll have to see. Gold tokens, obviously, we've seen some Dorinthia builds that incorporate the is it called? The one that generates a gold token at the start of the game. Basically, we call it Princess Dory. Just to go really, really explosive on the glistening steel blade turns. So gold tokens, basically you use the gold to pay for cash in, and then you you basically put Cash In or Glistening in Arsenal. You wait till you draw the other one, and then you go off, and you basically guarantee that you're going to hit that turn. Gold for Bolton. I've also seen that. That basically is to create gigantic via the Vanguard turns, so possibly that is good. That would mean that you have to run a couple blues in your Bolton deck, though. Or you could just use it in the same way as Dorinthia. You just wait till you have the V or the Cash In, and you wait till you draw the other one, and you go. Gold is obviously very useful for Casai, and we presume that there will be an outlet for Olympia as well, right? Vigor tokens. Every Dorinthia player knows that one resource is a massive difference. That is the difference between being able to play Out for Blood and Swing Again, or playing Iron Song Response, activating Bracers, Swing Again. One resource in Bolton is huge. That's why we played Tunic, right? And I presume resources is going to be tight with Casai as well, because she has to run yellows as well. So agility, gold, and vigor are useful for all the warriors, which is actually good job, LSS design team. Like, you kind of found a way to incorporate all of them together, which is pretty cool. Okay, anyways. This card probably going to be played second cycle when you know that they don't have D-Reacts. I think it's really, really, really risky to just go for it. You basically have to have a soul read or just know that they don't have D-Reacts. Like, certain decks like Phi and Dash, they're probably not running D-Reacts, right? So you're pretty free to just go for it here, right? Okay, Raise an Army. We talked a little bit about this one already. Gonna be pretty cool. I'm interested to see if they give Casai another specialization, because she already has one. She has blood on her hands, but it's difficult to generate copper because you have to use things like Outland Skirmish, or like the one that generates 6 on hit or something like that. Like, the old Casai was able to generate copper tokens. That's why Blood on Her Hands was good. New Casai the Golden Sands, probably isn't running that. So LSS probably has to give her another specialization. So the specializations will really tell us a lot about what the hero is meant to do, right? Okay. Take the upper hand. Now, this is a very, very interesting card. Because it costs 0. That is actually the main thing. So this basically has to be combined with things like Wage Vigor, Wage Agility. We presume Wage Might will be a thing, but that Wage Might will be for Guardian and Brute, right? Now, this is one of the most like efficient plays that you can make, right? 3-card 10, but it makes a token, and you don't even have to play it if they don't commit to defending it, right? And here's the thing, like, to block a 7-power attack, the convenient way to do that is a 3-block plus a D-React, right? But if you block it with a 3-block plus a D-React, well, the chance you have another D-React for this is very low. If you block Wage Vigor for 6, then we just don't play Take the Upper Hand. So the fact that all these at red come in at breakpoints, and we have an attack reaction that targets those, means I think people aren't even going to try to stop this. So it's going to be an interesting thing. Like, I really think, like, you don't even have to have this card. Just the threat of this card existing is going to be really, really annoying. And if they want to block this cleanly, they probably have to use their armor. And we know that armor is very, very good against Dory, Bolton, probably good against the other ones too. So, all right, let's see. Gladius. Oh boy, man! I when the Heavy Hitters trailer came out, man, I went and watched what's it called? Oh, what was the name of that? I watched some highlights from Gladiator, the movie. Excellent soundtrack, great acting. I love that movie. I hope he's a spear and shield warrior to go with our warrior shield. So that's another interesting thing here is that uh we're got a shield, right? So it's like we are looking for a solid one-hand weapon to pair with that shield. Currently, it's literally Centauri Sellsword or Centauri Saber. There's no reason to run the axes, right? So if they give us a one-handed spear that complements well with the shield, that could be nice. They could print another shield. I don't see them printing another shield though. Just kind of feeling the art vibes here. Up the ante is kind of crazy. Yes, it is. Blue block 3s are pretty good. It could be +4 if you're already wagering, right? You're right. It can be +4, but wait, hold on. I'm not sure entirely about the mechanics. Can you wager an agility token twice? And is the only things you can wager agility, gold, and vigor? Can you wager anything? Can you wager might? Crown of Dominion, yes, that's what I was talking about. And High Striker, correct. That is the card names. Hey, it's the Discord people in the wild. Yeah, got the upper hand taken against him. Oh no. Take the upper hand scares me more than up the ante does. Yes, it does. Hey Josh, check your Discord PMs real quick. That's okay. All right, what is it? Put your cam above the. Oh, should we see the water? Oh. I'm not. Are you talking about like this, Kyle? Something like that? Is that better, Kyle? Okay. I mean, you can wager with another card. Do up the ante X equals 3, meaning the attack wagered 4 times. Yeah. But the thing is, like, giving this +4 for 3 resources doesn't overcome Sink Below and Fate Foreseen, right? It's very likely we see that all you got in this set. You know, because this guy is the guy from that all you got, right? Spoils War makes copper. Yeah, that's correct. But is that enough to is that enough to warrant running blood on our hands? Maybe. Something that's actually quite interesting is that if Olympia's swords cost 2 and Kasai runs like Courage of Bladehold plus somehow gets to activate this, that could be something crazy with blood on her hands. We could see. Because I mean, looking at these, like if these were 2 costed weapons, I wouldn't be too surprised. All right. Okay, back to looking at a couple more cards. Okay, so we talked about take the upper hand. We talked about the implications of this card Next, we have Hold'em. +3, and you may wager a vigor token with them. So it says warrior attack, so this could be weapon, this could be attack action. I don't know. It is interesting though that we're kind of getting some on-hit effects in warrior, which traditionally there haven't been very many, and that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to get value from reprise. It's difficult to get value from Bolton's hero ability because there's no incentive for dash to block you. I've said this many times, like Bolton versus dash, like they don't block until they're like at 4 life. So you basically are running with half a hero ability. So, you know, cards like this, again, the main thing is that it costs 1, but you know, vigor is a very interesting mechanic, right? Because if you can, you know, cycle a vigor token, I mean, there could be some play here. Okay, so again, these are probably legendaries plus rare weapons and specializations. We have Majestics here, rare cycle. So if we look at WTR, the rares from WTR were Warrior's Valor, Overpower, and I think there was one more. I just can't remember it, but it's very likely that we have an attack reaction and a normal action in the rare slot. Okay. Casai could play Sifts and other cards like Potion of Luck to use blood on her hands freely. Might seems to not be in the Warrior color pie. Correct. So it seems like Might is for Guardian and Brute. Vigor is for Guardian and Warrior. And Agility is for Brute and Warrior. I've been testing a list with spoils, outland skirmish to make copper. You also don't have to have 6 copper in play for blood on her hands, but it's very powerful with 3 or 4. Yep. And blood on her hands is a yellow, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is a yellow. So that was one of the things when this was printed. We were like, why is this yellow? And now it's like, okay, I can see why now. There's a reaction with reprise that draws a card and puts a thing on top or bottom. That could be played in Casai. So that's Stroke of Foresight. Oh, draws a card and puts one on top or bottom. That there doesn't exist one that does both. Oh, draws a card, put a card from your hand on top or bottom. Yeah. Hello, Riddle Man Gaming. What's up? I think you split Kasai's cash generation between different attacks to present no-win choices for your opponent. Yep, Justin, you really hit the nail on the head there. That is the core common thread among warriors, is that there's no good block. Making copper and gold on hit is crazy. Yep. Casai should be really good at triggering reprise. That is something that remains to be seen, but here's the thing, like a lot of Kasai's power is like implied later down the line, right? So a lot of people might be like, yeah, have your copper tokens. Yeah, whatever. You have a gold token, who cares, right? So Shunt was the rare, correct. Okay, so that's what we could see. I think we're very likely to see an attack action. Probably not a D-react, to be honest, because LSS has to be extremely careful giving a class another D-react, right? So we've seen throughout the history of Fab, right? Brute has Reckless Swing. They don't have another one. I mean, Leviah has Guardian of the Shadow Realm, I guess, technically, but there's only one Brute card. Now that they actually gave Brute a new card, right? That blocks damage. Sort of blocks damage. This one, No Fear, right? So this is not exactly a D-react, but it is pseudo D-reactish. That's kind of cool. Warrior has Shunt, and Bolton has Soul Shield. Ninja has Flick Flack, and Phi doesn't have any help there. Guardian has several. No, actually, they only have Staunch, right? Oldhim has Turn Timber and all that, but yeah, normal Guardian just has that. They have some like mitigation ones, like the one that blocks 6. I forget what it's called, but they do have that. But basically, the TLDR that I'm trying to get at here is that like it's very, very unlikely that there's a rare cycle of D-reacts, if I had to guess. I think they could put something like Sick Blow, or that's all you got in this set, though. This set definitely needs D-reacts for limited, though. So we might get a... We probably are going to get a generic that is very focused towards this set. It's very, very dangerous for LSS to print too many D-reacts, because at a certain point there's a critical mass, and then we basically will get Yoji running around in CC, and nobody wants to play against Yoji in CC. We might not have Might, but we do have Courage. That is true. I don't think they're going to put D-react and block cards. Okay, so that's a very good point again from Justin, is that there are block cards. The Guardian has this one here. Yep. So yeah, it's very, 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 very unlikely that they put D-reacts and block cards. But so I guess they're just going to have to put things very similar to like in Bright Lights, the force field and stuff like that are very, very specific. It's like, okay, when this is defending an attack with overpower, get +2, something like that. When this is defending against something with wage or clash or whatever, or, you know, get +2, something like that. Currently, Casai feels very powerful and out mid-ranges other decks because dynamos are very powerful. Yes. So that is another thing to talk about, is that dynamos, I mean, when I first saw dynamos, I was like, I mean, this is the card that actually made me like wonder, like, I was like, this can be like refreshed infinite amounts of times, right? I mean, that, like, this is basically Crown of Seeds, right? I mean, you have to work a little bit harder to get it, but yeah, I mean, it is reminiscent of Crown of Seeds, right? But very obviously, yeah. So we're missing a lot of cards from the set, obviously. So I don't want to talk. I just wanted to go over like a couple of the cards, but yes, there's a lot of cards missing, and we're gonna have to really run through a lot of them. Let's just put it this way: the end of the month is going to be a crazy time for content creation. Like, there's so much to talk about, and we're basically rolling right into RTN season. So it's gonna be crazy. Like the last month has been really chill. Like I don't know about you guys, but I've been like, I haven't played much Flesh and Blood. I haven't really thought too much about Fab. It's just been, chilling with friends and family and all that. But in about a week and a half, all hell's gonna break loose and it's gonna be crazy. Like you can't throw 5 heroes into CC and not expect things to really shake up. Especially considering you're adding a ton of cards to like 3 classes that can definitely impact the meta game. Okay. Rune Blades have 2 actually. Reduce rune chant sigil shuffling. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Rune Blade does have 2. And that was, there were a lot of weird choices in Tales of Aria, like to make Rosetta Thorn like vanilla Rune Blade, to make what's the name of that card? The not Phantasmal Footsteps, the Creepers, to make Spellbound Creepers, vanilla Rune Blade, etc. That's okay. That one's less egregious, but in general, especially for like for mech doesn't actually have a D-React, but in general most classes have 1, right? So I mean, other than Riptide's an exception, I guess. Let's see. Ninja also has wax on, wax off. You're right. Yeah. Okay, so we started to see some classes get 2. That's actually that's an interesting point. So yeah, Ninja actually has 3. Huh. What is the third one? Turtle Dash already makes me want to cry. Yeah. Imagine Tree Frog Dash with class D-Reacts. Oh god. Great to catch you live for once. I gotta go to bed though. Have a good one. All right, I'll see you later. Take care. Josh about to be on the grind. Pretty much. If you're used to Casai, you better start playtesting now so you can get used to playing both. So, Okay. All right, let's round out the cards here, and then we're going to talk about some Bolton. All right, so we have Take the Upper Hand. We've Hold'em. I presume that there will be other reactions and actions here. Goblet of Blood Run Wine. Now this is a weird card. 0 cost warrior action that blocks for 2. Now this is rare in like very rarely does cards block for 2 in warrior, but this one creates an agility and vigor token, so it's like a setup card, I guess. It's good if you go first. I don't know if it's like good enough other than that. Like, how much do we value an agility and vigor token? I don't know. But this is a weird card, and yeah. I'm guessing this will be a cycle where like the Guardian one will make vigor and might, and the Brute one will make agility and might. Yeah. Okay. So again, we have Brute, Guardian, Warrior cards, and it looks like it gets to about 134. And so then we come to this hybrid section here. So the looks like there's about 239 main cards, and then this is like the set cards, right? So it appears that this section is hybrid cards with 2 classes, and then we go into a section with generics, right? So that's going to make limited quite interesting because it's going to probably feel a little bit like Tales of Aria, because there was elemental cards, which are basically like generic cards and heavy hitters, and then there's cards that can be played in two of the decks, and then there are cards that can be played in one of the decks. So, all right, let's look at a couple of these hybrid cards here. So, looks like the first set is Brute Guardian, and then Brute Warrior, and then Guardian Warrior, right? So, I guess the first card here, Test of Agility. When this defends clash with the attacking hero, the winner creates an agility token. So this is going to be one of the ways to get value from a red block 4 that's not a D-react. So I don't know how many clashes Warrior is actually going to be winning, especially against Brute and Guardian, but, you know, there probably is a way to build your deck, a Warrior deck that is more Brute-esque. Agile Windup. Now, this is a card that I think is probably going to see some immediate play here. If you're playing Blade Flash and you are not playing Nourishing Emptiness and Dory, this probably just replaces Blade Flash. This can be done on turn 0, which is pretty powerful. This can also be done the end of your opponent's turn, basically. It's also nice. Pretty cool card, actually. Okay, we got Wage Agility. 3 power, 7 attack. Again, all these are going to pair with Take the Upper Hand. Probably played in so if we look at the current poppers against Dromai, I mean, generally Dromai is not going to want to block this, and I don't even know how much benefit they get from agility tokens anyways. They get a decent amount, but does agility apply to dragon attacks? Let's see. Yes, it does. So could be some risk giving Dromai them, but we could see if it's possible that this card and this card sees play as a popper in Dory. Obviously, I wouldn't see Bolton using these. These are probably more for Olympia. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the helmets here. Probably, yeah, these are basically never going to be used in CC, but they're decent for UPF. Same with this. Yep. So these are basically irrelevant for CC. And then we get to things like this. This is now these are also very, very interesting. These universal cards. We haven't seen anything like this before. It's actually pretty cool. Yep. Money where your mouth is. Sure. It's like premeditate at home. Test of strength. There could actually be a decent amount of blocking cards in this set. And of note, you look at this card is a red common, but it's already bumping up against the agility token here, which means there's no yellow or blue of this version, which is nice. Because blue D reacts are basically a waste of cardboard. Yellow D reacts in general as well. All right, so that kind of gets to the end here. We got a couple of other cards here that are pretty cool. I'll leave it to the Ranger, Assassin, and Illusionist players to talk more about them. Runner. Pretty cool. This is a 6 power block 3 that can basically cycle an agility token if you have one, which is nice. Double down. I guess this is a way to use your gold tokens as Olympia. +3 overpower is not bad. And yeah, this card actually might be a staple. We'll see. We have to think, like, why did LSS choose this card, these 3 cards, to be the promos as well. So anyways, that kind of wraps up a quick look at what has been spoiled so far. Guardian has 3D react, staunch, shield walls, shield bash. Yep. Blood Run Wine would probably be really good in OG Kasai. Yeah, I could see it. The thing, OG Kasai did not need vigor tokens that badly though. We've seen the other drinks. Guardian has strong and stout. Brute has smashback alehorn. Oh, we have? Huh. Did they just release that? Let's see. Okay, well, that's cool. Yellow wind up being a popper and good with Kasai's abilities. Neat. Yep. Agile wind up yellow. Where's that? Yeah. Honestly, all 3 of these are pretty interesting, actually. The ability, we haven't seen this ability, instant discard this, gain an effect. Like, this is actually like giving you a 4th ability on a card, right? You can either pitch it, you can block with it, you can play it, or you can discard it. Right? This is actually like really powerful, and I don't think we've seen much of this ability, like instant discard it, gain a bonus. So this card, this style of card makes me very excited. They were in the Drunken Wager video. Ah, okay. Just not updated here, I guess. Okay. Okay, so again, the card guys do have a spoiler. It's going to come out on the 17th. I can't talk too much about it, but I can say that it will be playable in all of the respective decks, and it's a good card. All right, let's take a look at Bolton here. So I do like going to FABREC from time to time to look and see if there's any changes in how people are building their decks. And there's not really a big change. A lot of these are pretty staple-y cards. Seeing Route here makes me very happy, actually. Yep. Not much changes here, but this is when they release Olympia and Casai, I will be visiting this page again to see more about that. All right. So we can close these tabs here. All right. Okay, so yeah, so today is the 9th. And preview season actually starts a week from now. Okay. And then the world premiere with the event at Queenstown. So this is basically when we'll get effectively the whole set, minus maybe the Fable. But if the calling Queenstown is large enough, we probably will get the Fable. So by the 20th, we'll have basically the whole set, right? And that's when we can basically really start brewing. But before then, I wanted to have a stream just to talk about where Bolton and Dorinthia currently are, because it could be quite some time before we revisit them. And given the cards that have been revealed, there's nothing that's like jumping out at me as like, okay, this definitely goes in Dory, this definitely goes in Bolton, right? So it is possible that they don't change too much. So this stream, I wanted to spend some time talking about where I think Bolton is currently at. The next stream, I will talk about where Dorinthia is currently at. And then the stream after that, we will have the whole set. So we'll probably be brewing Casai or Olympia. Again, for those of you who just joined, I put a poll on Twitter. And man, you guys really... neck and neck. Which warrior are you more interested in seeing content for first? Streams, deck techs, and card analysis. Neck and neck. People love Casai. People love Olympia. What can I say? All right, let's talk a little bit about where Bolton is at. Right. So here's Flame Dog's deck, and here is the deck that I used to top 8 the Atlanta PTI. So, let's take a look at the differences between his deck and my deck. So we'll copy this here. So if you don't know, on FABREC, there's a very nice function. So you click on these 3 dots here, and you press compare with other decks, right? And so now I could see, what differences are between these 2 decks. So over here on the left is my deck. Again, on the right is Flame Dog, who got top 8 in Cincinnati. So let's take a look at the equipment list. The equipment list is actually identical. So I have gone back to including Soulbound Resolve, mainly because this card plus Halo and Null Rune Gloves allows you to basically never lose to Kano. So 1 sideboard slot to never lose to Kano. Probably worth it. If you really want to never lose to Kano, you can include Banner of Protection. The reason why you'll never lose to Kano is, let me set up the situation here for you guys, okay? Let's say it's our turn, and we attack into Kano with a charge card, and they try to pop off. We have Spell Void 2 in the helm. The chest is blocking 1, so we have 3. And we have Arcane Barrier is 4. And if we have Radiant Flow, that's 6. But let's say we don't have Radiant Flow. That's still 4, right? If it's their turn, we basically have 3 protection. And basically, as soon as we charge a single Banner of Protection, they're in a lot of trouble, right? I have also advocated in the past to run the combo into Kano, but swap the Gallantry Gold for the Null Rune Gloves. I still think that's fine. That is higher risk, though. The safer play is just to play Soulbound Resolve with Halo plus Null Rune Gloves, and either run Banner of Protection or Radiant Flow, either one, or none. You probably don't even need to run them. Okay. Which of the 2 adult heroes are you excited for, Josh? I'm excited for both. My gut said Casai, but I'm very unsure now. That's why I wanted to wait until a few weeks after the heroes were like spoiled to take that poll, because I wanted the hype to kind of die down a bit. Celebrational peeps are getting the full set to build with, so we will know the Fabled I guess by Wednesday when we stream. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Full set to build with. Okay. So what format is the celebrational? Do we even know that? When is the celebrational? That should be a couple days before the call in Queenstown. Yeah. Yeah, as Mansant said, Wednesday to Friday. I'm here for both because I like the look of both of them. Fair enough. Um, shouldn't you be animating Legos right now, Ethan? Oh man. I recently bought Legos for one of my friends. I bought the Dom's Charger Lego set for my friend for drawing something for me for Christmas. Raiden or Sabers into Kano. You like I said, you can run the Saber combo, but I think the Raiden is actually probably a little bit more stable. My spoiler is insane, almost best numbers in the game. Ooh. Yeah. Since Brute doesn't have on hit effects, their on hit effect is more damage. So Brute having the most above rate thing in the game seems pretty good. Let me guess, man, Sam. It has a 9 in the corner. All right, one whole expansion of D-Reacts and instances. I don't know when they. Why would they make a whole set of D-Reacts? they did. Speaking of instances, though, they did say that they want to have like an arcane focus set sometime soon. So we'll see. So trivia question: how many classes can deal arcane damage? Have a think. That's a Jeopardy question. Uh, one whole expansion. I have my article about the celebration on FABREC on Thursday. Full details coming then. Ah, okay. All right, so we'll check out that on Thursday then. Cool. So we'll know the format of the celebrational then. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so while you guys are thinking about how many classes in the game can deal arcane damage, let's take a look at our the deck comparison here. So Flame Dog did not run any attack reactions. Interesting. Ran with E Strike. So E Strike is mainly for when you have tempo. So that can happen in many. So that happens most commonly in the combo after you combo or after a large Via the Vanguard or Lumen Ascension turn with Raiden. So E Strike kind of smooths things out there. It's interesting that he went with that. Didn't run Fate for Scenes. Okay. Went with Illuminate. So I already know right now, like he prefers Illuminate over Snatch. Okay, interesting. He ran the full set of sinks, not running Reinforced Alliance. So this is basically disrespecting Azalea to some degree. And running the Valiant Thrusts. Okay, so another major difference here. Banner of Protection. This is what I was running just to make sure I don't lose against Kano. He went with the Banner of Vigor. Okay. And he has a couple Engulfing Lights and no Resound. So yeah, again, so he's not running any attack reacts other than Beacon. And I do quite like Snatch just in general. I found this card to actually be quite overperforming. And I think 2 is pretty much the correct amount. Because you basically only want to see Snatch during a V turn. Yeah, okay, so it's roughly the same deck. A little bit of a couple changes here and there. So we're going to play a couple games with his deck and see how it goes. Wizard Illusionist Runeblade. You guys in chat are all wrong. Think a little harder. Yes, illusionists can deal arcane damage. We saw Prism do that with Herald of Ravages, and some of the auras will also deal arcane damage. Runeblade obviously deals damage. Wizard obviously deals damage, yes, but you're missing some classes. Warrior. I don't know. Can Warrior deal arcane damage? Is that the card guy spoiler? Warrior arcane damage? Jacob is correct. It is 4. Correct. Shiana. For those of you who have been playing a long time, you might remember in Blitz, when you played against Shiana, you needed to run Arcane Barrier. Because that was one of the ways that Shiana killed you way back when. Well, 2.5 years ago. Okay, Emperor, I guess is Warrior. I don't know how, if you count Emperor. But yes, the answer to the question is there are 4 classes in the game that can deal arcane damage: Runeblade, Wizard, Illusionist, and Shapeshifter. Shiana can't hurt me. She doesn't exist. Oh, she definitely existed, and that was one of the ways that she killed people in Blitz. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the format, schedule, and everything will be released. That's great to hear. It's going to be unique. That's cool. If I can get away with just Soulbound, Halo, and gloves and use the extra slots, sure. Yeah, I prefer to use the slots on a couple extra D-Reacts. I think having D-Reacts is really, really important against Azalea. I'm not sure why people have stopped playing Azalea. Like, she's just really good against the aggro decks, and like, yeah, I guess there's, I mean, Azalea is actually harder to play than it looks, I guess. Asvalai burn them all. Yes. Yep. Does the judge, or what was it? Is it called is that a class? Not judge. It has a specific name. Adjudicator? Typanus, right? That's the name of the guy, right? Wonder if there will ever be an adult shapeshifter. Probably not. That seems like a balanced nightmare to me. All right, let's go take Flame Dog's list for a spin. So for those of you who want my list, I will link it, and I will link Flame Dogs as well. So this is currently where I see Bolton at. All right. There are the deck lists that I think are good. All right, let's play a little bit of his deck. Let's see how it feels. It's been a while since I've played some Fab, so might be a little rusty. We'll see. I think I should still remember how to make Lumina go Boomina, though. All right, he has most of the matchups laid out here. Let's take a look at what he thinks we should be doing against different matchups. So against Assassin, he's playing Raiden against Bravo, playing Raiden against Dash, playing Raiden against Dory, Raiden against Dramai. Interesting. He runs Raiden against Fi and Sabers against Katsu. Most people go the other way. Viscerai and okay. Well, it looks like he hasn't quite finished his whole sideboard thing, but that's okay. We can improvise here. All right, against Dash IO, you definitely want to go first. They can do so many stupid things when you let them go first. So against Dash, I actually prefer to combo them. But let's see. I mean, we'll just stick with how Flame Dog decided to sideboard, so we'll just do that. We'll run the Mighty Raiden into Dash IO. All right, so Tunic, Iron Song versus Warband, Snaps, and Raiden. Cards we're not playing. It's the Poppers. We took out a Soul Shield, and we're not playing these. Okay, so our deck is 57 light cards and 3 E-strikes. Okay. We have Bolting Blade. We have Celestial Cataclysm. Okay, we have 3 Valiant Thrusts. We actually have the Banner of Vigor as well. Light the Way. Going to be pretty strong against them as well. Okay, let's go for it. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, we definitely want the V in Arsenal, and I mean, the biggest punish here is take flight into Raiden if they don't have some cards that block. So let's go for that. There's no need to keep the combat chain together, so we can just go like this. So that's an important thing to remember, is that if you're going like V and you have an extra resource, you have to versus into V. All right, Spark. Okay. So this is standard equipment from them. All right, we're not likely to get any damage here. Of note, our opponent presented 70 cards. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to versus. Oops. Oh. Rusty, guys. I was just talking about it. All right, we're going to Arsenal the V. Sounds pretty good. We need a little bit more soul, though, to utilize it. So we're probably gonna keep Light the Way and the Banner of Courage here. So if we had the Courage Token, that would actually be pretty big, but we don't. So sad day for us. Stasis Cell. Okay, so if they'd played this from the top of the deck, they could have denied the Courage or Gallantry Gold activation. My friend has a list he's been testing for RTN. He's quite happy with it. Second Nationals, top 8 Melbourne. Is that a Bolton list that you're talking about? All right, and he just played Teclacore. Okay, so we actually have... Huh. We could actually like double charge V if we wanted to. I think we'll still go with this though. We'll go like this and we'll charge this. So we're probably going to get armor here, or we'll get a Spark of Genius or some other I guess there's BIOS update. Like there's very few that he could effectively block with here. presume 2 pieces of armor here. Yep. Okay, so he did block with a card here, so we are incentivized to give this go again, so we can raid in and then Engulfing Light to end the turn. We will go down to 0 soul, but that's okay because we're going to Tunic V next turn, so that's fine. And there's a decent chance this Engulfing Light hits, actually. So... I think the Raiden just getting in damage here is probably better. Because this will be 3... If they had a non-attack, they would have used it. So this is hands all attacks. So this coming in for base 3 or base 4 doesn't matter. Hi, Josh. Glad to see you live. Wanted to ask you, when you previously mentioned that it's arguable to play Halo if starting first against 5, does that mean that you use its effect on turn 1? Yeah, if you have Halo, you can use it on turn 0. Because you think about what's the opportunity cost to get a card into Soul. That's 6 life, right? So against decks like 5, they're just so fast that the Warband doesn't even help you. Like if you draw the combo, you gotta go, basically. Not blocking this, that's good. We're gonna have a card in Soul. Hey Josh, do you offer coaching? I do. I currently have several students. I could take on a few more though. A lot of people have talked to me about getting coaching for RTN. So if you want to contact me for that, the easiest way to do that is on Discord. Okay, so you can go to the TheCardGuyz Discord and you can find me there. All right, so Throttle here. So let's look. I've been playing complete attention. So they blocked with Crown. Did they sink something? Yeah, okay, so this is one of the things about playing online is it's not super obvious. And when you're streaming, you're a little distracted here. So we definitely want to Tunic, double charge into Bolting Blade. So we want to charge these 2. Bolting Blade, yep. So we're basically never blocking with this head. Okay. Yep. Give us 6 damage, that's okay. Into another Throttle. Okay. So he's got 1 resource floating here. Uh-oh. That's bad. So he's going to force us to block with a card. We could still double charge. It's not that bad. It's a little annoying. Because this does cut our damage by a decent amount. You gifted TheCardGuyz 5 memberships. Woo! That's great. Thank you so much. So Joe, Jason, Jeremy, Summer, and Levi enjoy the gifted memberships. We appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, so taking away the Banner to Vigor, that's annoying. But we weren't actually going to use the Banner to Vigor, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to V double charge, Bolting Blade, Raiden. We're basically going to deal 19 to them. So. Yep, so we're just taking damage here. This matchup is a race. Is there an argument to single charging? No, there's not. Get our soul count higher. Okay, we'll end with the Bolting Blade. All right. So the next couple turns, we're going to try to use our armor, get something good into arsenal, and then kind of finish them off. beacon is a great target for Arsenal. Actually, this hand is arguably good enough. Let's see here. Bolt, charge, beaming bravado. That'll give us 2 soul. We can beacon for 1. Lumina. We just miss. If we had 1 extra soul here, this hand would be ridiculous. I think we need to just slow down slightly, get the beacon into Arsenal. Because this is not a red bolt. So it, yeah, let's just be disciplined here. Block like this and like this. So we're going to move the beacon into Arsenal here. That's our goal. Okay, cranking the backup protocol into heart. Sure. Team emotes. Yeah. Okay, so I think we just send this beaming bravado Arsenal the beacon. We really want to pair this with like a red bolt of courage. That's the ideal situation. Because it's very likely a red bolt gets blocked by the adaptive plating with galvanize. Sink, blow, and dash. Interesting. This dash list is a little bit all over the place. We see them running items, boosting, God D-reacts. Okay. So let's see here. If we pay for V double charge, so we don't have Spirit of Arena in play, so this hand, you know, if we could grab Valiant Thrust with Beacon. So let's see. We pitch, play V double charge. We have 3 soul. We go again. We have 2 soul, 1 soul, Valiant, 0 soul. So we would empty our whole soul if we search for it. It's probably the play. I mean, this boom grenade is going to get value here, but I think we can put them into a situation where they have to start blocking. But the thing is, we don't have an on-hit effect, so. But that becomes a pretty big V turn actually. So that comes in for 5, 10, 5. Yeah, that's pretty big. Another stasis cell. Okay, so I'm going to start blocking with armor here just to get some value. Because there's a possibility we use Warband on the next turn. So normally I like to Tunic V, but since we have a beacon and we're going to grab Valiant Thrust, this is fine. Could have blocked with Versus there. Okay. Play V. I guess the Beaming Bravado back of the deck is a little bit better. We're going to double charge here. So this is 5 into... This will be for 5, and then Valiant Thrust for 10. Okay, they're starting to block, which is good. Could use snaps here as well to preserve one soul. Six or seven. I'm guessing he's going to use the dissolving shield here. Although it's the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the same thing. This is at 2 counters. Okay, so we're going to beacon here and then give it a go again. So beacon for 1. We'll resolve that. So if we had Spirit in play, we would search for Lumina, but we don't. So we will go find Red Valiant. And then we will give this attack go again. And then this is going to come in for 10. 9 or 10. But against dash, it comes in for 10. Okay. This item's probably, or this card is an item, almost certainly. Yep. All right. So this hand, light the way, charge, Banner of Gallantry. Give a go in with snaps. Then Valiant Thrust versus Raiden. Yep. So, I mean, we can block here. It doesn't really hurt us too badly. We should have this one wrapped up. So even if he has a 3-block non-attack, we could still give this go again with snaps. This is one of the reasons to hold snaps as long as possible. Because we did see him use Sink Below, so... Technically, we don't have to use snaps here. But yeah, we know he has Sink Below, so... Okay, so we can... I think the ordering doesn't really matter here. Valiant Thrust into versus Raiden should kill him here. Yeah. It's going to die here. Okay. 6-turn game against dash seems about right. I do think the dash does have a... Oh. Oh. I keep sending the wrong message there. I do think the dash had a little bit of a weird deck, though. So, I don't know how much I like Sink Below in Dash IO. All right, let's run it back. Viserai. Good old combo here. Should do well. Unfortunately, Viserai is going to get to go first, which is a little unfortunate for us. So let's see how he decided to sideboard this. So no bolting blades. Makes sense since the deck doesn't have blues and we're playing combo. Basically put the Sink Belows in for the bolting blades. Okay, sure. It has been a while since I played against Viserai, but all right. So we got a Royal Viserai here with a Nebula Blade. Okay. All right. For those of you who don't remember what Nebula Blade does, here you go. If it hits, create a rune champ. If you played a non-attack, gains +3. Okay, Grasp, gonna make a... All right, so it's just loading up on rune chants. Yep. Well, this is a situation where East-Track is gonna be good. So we can basically go E-Strike, put this on the bottom, and then Bolt Charge Gallantry. Not too bad. It allows us to dig further into our deck. I mean, the alternative here is to not charge, which is not a option. I don't know about Viserai, but I know Vincent is seeing a rise in popularity from what I've seen recently. Mm-hmm. Well, Viserai is like a deck that, like, without Rosetta Thorn, it's like, okay, how do you build this? Okay, good news is we got a Quicken token. Bad news is that we can't really abuse it unless we draw Soul Shield and then the combo. Which might happen. We'll see. Gonna let us draw a card here. Okay. Okay, well, that's a pretty good arsenal. Assuming that he attacks us, which he might not, actually. He might be going for an OTK with, yeah. We'll see. Sonata for X0. Okay. Revealed Revel, Spellblade, Strike, and Command and Conquer. Okay. So is he going to take Spellblade Assault? Sorry, Spellblade Strike, or is he going to take Command and Conquer? He took the Spellblade Strike. Meet and greet. Okay. All right, so we basically want to Soul Shield something here. We don't really have a good target to Soul Shield, unfortunately. So this hand can't charge easily. Yep. So we're basically just gonna Soul Shield here, I think. We could Soul Shield the Nebula Blade if he goes for that. But it looks like he has a pitch problem. Yeah. I think we'll just Soul Shield this here. Put the V back in our deck. I missed the earlier part of your stream, but what were your thoughts on Olympia? Olympia is the hero that, like, I have the least thoughts on because everything is based on wagering, and we'll see if it's such a specific mechanic that if he's good, it's going to be very obvious he's good because it's not going to get support for like another 10 sets, right? Razor Reflex. Okay. Got a spicy deck list here. All right, so this is the end of his turn. If we block here, we can E-Strike for 7. That might be worth it. We can E-Strike draw card. If it's a charge card, we could charge this. Because we have a Quicken. Yeah, E-Strike sync that draw card. Charge. Has to be a 0-cost charge card. The chance is not amazingly high, but I think we can take the risk here. Or else we're wasting our Quicken token. Actually, syncing this makes more sense, right? Because if we don't draw a charge card, at least we could E-Strike for 7. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so we can just E-Strike 7 here at least. Blocking with Aether Ironweave, indication that this could be a power turn. Is your warrior DPS better than your DPS in the raid? Oh, much better. I have no idea what I'm doing in World of Warcraft, man. Okay, we got Beacon of Victory. That's good, but we don't have a lot of soul. And we don't have AB as well, so... let's see here. Okay, Sonata, and they took Consuming Volition. Okay, so we're going to have to block with our armor here. Okay, so also has Mauve Skies here. We did see they run Razor, but there's no card for that yet. Or there's no pitch. So Gallantry plus a card, and then I assume this is probably a Nebula Blade, so then 2 armor. So we could go Beaming Bravado, charge Gallantry. So we can block with this card plus this. No lunging press, please. Thank you. I presume this is Nebula Blade. Yep. Bequest the Vast Beyond. So how is this? Yeah, doesn't this cost 2? Oh man, this guy forgot that Nebula Blade costs 2? Oh no, this is not Rosetta Thorna, my friend. Okay, so we know this is Bequest the Vast Beyond. The next Rune Blade attack action card you play this turn costs 1 resource less for each rune chant you control. So he has 1. He'll have 2. Okay, so this is a good position here, actually. As long as we draw a combo card, we actually are in a good position here. We might just go for it here, even though we don't... Oh, here comes the cash-in turn. So we might just go for this anyways, because we do have Beacon and we have Cataclysm. So at worst, we can attack 4 wide and then end with Cataclysm. Because we may, depending on how much damage we bleed this turn, yeah, we'll see. All right, so we got Mauve Skies Blue. Okay, into Bequest the Vast Beyond. Okay, so Singeing Steelblade here. So I think we could wait another turn here, but we already took some damage. We're likely to take more damage this turn. So if we bolt, charge, sink, draw something good. Could attack with the sabers, pitching that, and then end with Cataclysm. That'll be 16 plus 7 is 23. That may not kill him. But we do get 2 looks here. I think we just block here with the armor and see what he does. Because we've already dealt 22 damage to him without any combo pieces, so... Alright, now what? Spellblade Strike. Creepers in something that costs 0 into Nebula Blade. Okay. Yeah. Sure. We'll take it here. So we're gonna go with this hand here because he can't threaten lethal here. Okay. Very tempting for him to just throw armor here. So I think we actually want to snap here because we might be 1 soul short for Cataclysm, so... I wonder if there's an argument to beaconing for 2 there. Play around play around a D-react. It's very weird he would use the gold token to pop off on a turn when he drew Sink Below, though, so... Didn't expect that in Arsenal. Well, the interesting thing here is that we're not actually forced to go for the combo here. Very interesting. Oh, I had a Quicken token? Oh. I'm a boomer, guys. I don't see things on the screen very well. Ah! Okay. I think we're what's the term? Pot committed at this point. Yeah, I think we just have to go for it. It's one of those things that you never miss IRL, but you sometimes when you're playing online, you just miss it. Do we break Gallantry Gold here? I think we do. Push it to a break point. So with 1 Lumina, we may not actually get back up to enough soul to use this. This might have been a mistake to do that. Yeah, because we're not actually getting refilled that much on our soul. So actually, by him blocking, we're already not going to get to use this. But that's okay. We could put it in an arsenal, and maybe we can do something with engulfing light or something, or illuminate or something. All right. So we're going to get damage in here, but he's not going to die. So we're going to end the turn with 2 soul, which is okay. Unless we see an E-strike, which we probably won't. So that's sad. If we had the snaps, it would have been much better. What's up? Howl. Okay. All right, so he's going to be at 8 here. Sorry, 9. No, 8. Yeah. He blocked with attack actions. We probably can end the game from here. A take flight would be really nice here. Yeah. Oh, geez, this hand's real good. So take flight into Cataclysm, into Valiant Thrust. Arsenal to Illuminate. Yeah, he'll die. Yep. Is your DPS with Bolton better than your DPS in the raid? Yes, it is. As you can see. 8. It's pretty high, right? Oh, these guys are giving me shit for my awful World of Warcraft performance, guys. Guess what class I play in World of Warcraft, guys? All right, let's run it back one more time. I see that it is, yeah. I don't know. Was I doing less than 8 damage per second? I don't know. Hopefully not. I think you're supposed to be doing like around 200 if you know what you're doing. Which I clearly don't, so, you know. Warrior. Oh, surprise, surprise. But, here, let's see if you guys can figure this out. What did I first play? So I played WoW Classic when it came out in 2018. Which class did I play? It wasn't Warrior. What class does Josh seem to be like? All right, we're up against Dash again. We're going to go back to our reading. All right. And they will go first, so we're going to start with a little bit of a disadvantage here, but we'll see how it goes. Got almost 100 viewers. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Earlier today, we talked about the warrior cards from heavy hitters, and then we talked a little bit about Bolton and Dory. All right, so did they just... Am I going first? I thought they selected to go first. Okay, looks like I'm going first. Okay. So... I mean, E-strike go again and then light the way into this is okay. This hand's not amazing. Let's go with this. Charge that. See what they do. Goliath Gauntlet instead of the adaptive plating, so this dash could be, you know, more aggressive. Running a clean 60 instead of the other dashes running 70. There's a lot of different answers here. Hunter, Warlock, Mage, Shaman, Paladin, Rogue. Wow. All right, so he's letting this have go again. Interesting. Okay. Not double blocking here means there could be something on the top of the deck. Okay, so do we... I think we Ironsong versus Raiden, and then put the E-strike into Arsenal. Which one is actually stronger in Arsenal? I guess the E-strike is slightly stronger, right? So we'll go versus. I mean, we could even go Raiden into Light the Way if we wanted to. If he takes this, I'm very tempted to give this go again. Okay. There's also the choice of just E-Strike bottoming this, because I want something better than... Is it okay to start with a bunch of damage but no soul, no arsenal? I think that last card is a no block, but even if it is a blocking card, like, I think it's worth it to take the chance here. Draw a random card or damage. There's some pretty bad cards. We're not a draw my deck, so let's just buff power. All right. Is this a no block? Do you start the game at 28? Looks like we got him. All right, so we would have drawn the Valiant Thrust, which was pretty good, but that's okay. This hand is basically just blocking, moving Lumina into Arsenal. All right, so block with Valiant Thrust. And we can Soul Shield the next thing. Oh, a Boom Grenade from the top. Okay, sure. Okay. That's pretty annoying. Do we just pop Warband here? I think we do. It's unfortunate this doesn't quite work how I want it to, because Lumina will, if I play it before, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to get a card back, which is nice. But we can't flash this in. Do we give it go again and then oh, we can't even attack with the card we drew. That's really unfortunate that this is a card we can't really play. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just move the Lumina into our arsenal. It's okay. Oh, baby. Look at this turn. Oh, baby. If only we had Spirit of Arena out. All right, double boost here. So the only threat here is that if he has Pulse Wave here, we're going to lose... Oh, did he double boost? I think he did. He did double boost. So the only reason to double boost is if you have Max V or Pulse Wave. So if we lose our V, we still have a turn, actually. We have a pretty powerful turn. Engulfing Light, charge this, give it go again. Valiant Thrust off the Tunic. This is still actually very powerful. So no blocks here. It is Priest. I did play Priest on my very first run through of Classic WoW. I quite liked it, actually. You had a lot of control and impact over whether... You got to decide who lived and died, which I quite liked. Okay, no reactions. Tome. All right, big turn alert. How much damage are we taking here? Let's find out. So maybe he double boosted for the chance that he might draw into max V. He may not actually have it. He healed a bunch there. It's pretty big. All right, boom grenade off the top. Techlocore. Okay, T-bone here. Gonna grab my boots. Yep, we'll just give him the damage here. We can't block it out. It's not worth it for us anyways to block it out. Warband for sure. Yep, we did warband that turn. Okay, max V here. Sure. Is there argument to using verses here? No, I think it's fine to keep it. Okay. Okay. Our opponent had a 25 damage turn. Pretty good. Let's think about how we want to strike back here. Tunic V double charge. Raiden, Engulfing Light, Lumina, or Engulfing Light, Lumina, Raiden, Raiden. Is that the best? We single charge V, we don't have to use Tunic. Assuming we Valiant Thrust here. We don't. If we had a little bit extra soul, I might go for that play, but we don't have that enough soul. All right, so we're gonna V. We'll double charge Gallantry plus Thrust. Okay, so no blocks here from our opponent, I presume. Okay, this does not have go again, so we have to give it go again. Okay, now we play the Engulfing Light with the Quicken, and then Lumina, swing, swing. If only we had Spirit of Arena. How do you feel about Bolton versus OG Dash matchup? It's pretty similar to against Dash.io. I've generally... Sometimes I've gone combo, sometimes I've gone Raiden. It's like... They both feel fine. It might actually depend whether or not you go first or second, actually. So. I think you gotta use your armor here, right? As dash. Deny one of these hits. Really? Okay. No sync. Okay. Terrifying. I actually think comboing dash is probably slightly better than playing Raiden against them, but it mainly depends if you're going first or second. All right, so what's the play here? Block with every card, basically. Best card in Arsenal is the Beaming Bravado, I think. because we could turn that into 2-card 7, but yeah. Interesting. Okay, Achilles, I presume here. Actually has an AP from this. Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to block here again. We're fine giving this away. No go again on this. Let's hope he doesn't have a 1-cost boost card in hand, but he probably does. Oh boy, taking 9 or 8. Yeah. Okay, back to them. Oh boy. Okay. So we're at a point where we might need to pivot. This card's never going to get any use for us because we're just too low health to pivot here. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter which card we keep. We probably can't keep any of these, so. Okay, I take that back. Maybe we can. Beaming Bravado, Charge, Cataclysm, Give It Go Again, Lumina, Swing, Swing. It doesn't kill him, though. Okay, Boom Grenade from the top. Sure. Okay, do we block this? I think we do. And Arsenal the Lumina? Do we just play the Lumina? To gain a life? I think we do, right? Gaining a life here could be the difference between losing and winning. Then he's just gonna block with his heart, though. Opponent saying good game. And enabling chat. Okay. Yeah, if I attack with the Lumina and Raiden, he's just gonna. Yeah. Your DPS sucks on Bolton too? Oh, man. What a dick. Alright, I think we just Arsenal the Lumina. Alright, let's. So there's 2 max Vs here. Got to take account of backup protocol reds as well. So there's still a max V out there. Oh, no, there's not actually. 2 red boom grenades there. So yeah. All right, 0 to 60 here. So I think our only out here is to try to win with fatigue. So I think we were... is there any common cards with on-hit effects? I guess medics. So we probably want to save our tunic for that. So let's... yeah, let's block with beacon here. That's the weakest card. Okay. Took the boom grenade, but I presume he has a lot of breakpoints, so maybe actually that wasn't the correct play there, depending on how many cards he has. Yeah, I forgot there was a boom grenade. Whoops. Oh, another one from the top too. Why didn't he play that earlier? Oh, because he just boosted. Okay, makes sense. Okay, got a block here, and if this is anything with damage, I'm gonna die. Yep, GG. Good game. Very interesting. So I was I so if -IO, they won the dice roll and made me go first, which is very weird because I actually thought I was going second during that game. If -IO makes me go first, then I just combo, I think. Because it's very clear they want to play a racing game. I was confused though because I thought, yeah, that's something I just got to pay more attention to. Well, good game anyways. All right, let's play some more games. So for those of you just joining us, we are playing Flame Dog's list here, which is pretty similar to the list that I'm using here. He doesn't run the Steel Hands and runs some E-Strikes. He runs Illuminate and I run Snatch. Other than that, roughly the same. All right. So against Max, so this is a deck that I typically like to combo against, and yeah, so you don't want them to go first, so I'll pick to go first. All right, so let's just select the Viscerai loadout, so we have the combo. Yep. Hello, Kidder Fox. How's it going? All right. A couple more games. All right, so we got... Yep, so it looks like we got the mech strategy here. So I think we're going to V double charge here just so we can dig deeper in our deck. The other play is to bolt charge this, but then we're digging one less card into our deck. So play V, pitch Celestial Cataclysm, double charge. So this matchup is basically a race to see who finds their combo faster. So we have 2 soul. We could use 1 more. We're not attached to anything in this hand, though. Okay, so we're going to get a courage token and an extra soul. Not bad. It's all about digging deep, trying to find those combo pieces faster. Dealing a little bit of damage, just not bad here. Okay, we found 2 combo pieces actually. Yep, so we can block for 9 here. Did he double boost? So if he has a 0 cost boost into Pulse Wave, he could actually grab one of these, which would be bad. So let's block for 6. Block like this and then save. Yeah, we'll see. We might just actually keep this for the next turn. Okay, so there's a threat of Pulse Wave here, so we have to keep these. So we can at least Arsenal 1. I mean, he can't take beacons, but we definitely want to keep this, so I think we let this hit and move on with our lives. Okay, so I think we just Arsenal the Lumina. Oh, God. Okay. All right, so we're going to have to warband here. Does that even help us? Oh, boy. So we're going to pitch this, E-strike this. Oh, no. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work how we want it to. That's really unfortunate. Okay, we're going to have to wait a turn, I guess. That's real bad. Yep. We're just going to soul shield the next thing, I guess. All right, so he found his combo first. Please give me a starter. Oh, that's not a beautiful starter. Ugh. All right. We're going to have to do what we have to do, I guess. If they find the right card, we're actually just going to die next turn, but hopefully they don't. So yeah, unfortunately we have to pitch the banner of courage, but it's what it is. We've played so many games that we haven't seen Spirit of Arena. Is it even in the deck list? It is. Okay. Huh. Okay, we're going to pop off here. He should have used the nitro to block the first one. That way he gets to use nitro on the second one. Opponent says, I think there's a bug. My mech is gone. Okay. It isn't in the equipment slot. I see your mech has 5 under it. You can adjust the HP manually if needed. All good. Perhaps try to refresh your browser. Lumina go Boomina. This is not a Boomina. This is okay, but you know. Okay, so I'll block the first one. Okay. So gain 5 HP back. I just okay, so maybe the yeah, we both came to the same conclusion. Yeah, so basically he instead of trying to fix it, I just won't swing the 6th attack at him. Which is about the same, so. Okay. All right, so with Spirit in play, we have Warband here. We don't have 2 yellows, so we can't really use it that effectively. We have Lumina. That would be good in Arsenal, so, but this hand's so clunky. We can't use Soul Shield without pitching the Lumina, which is bad. Okay, so he boosted Crankshaft, so he's going to get a Steam Counter. Okay. Okay, so Warband doesn't even bail us out here. I literally have to... There's no bailout here. Oh, it sucks so much. I think we Arsenal the Illuminate then. I think we're just playing for the beacon, right? I guess that's what we have to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's blocked once at this. Has 4 defense. So do we send this at him? Is it even going to do anything? He'll just block it again, right? How do we kill him here? I think we just pass here. Do you have any beacons in the deck? That's a good question. That's something I normally check. We have one left. We comboed pretty early, so I wasn't really worried about it. There we go. There's another beacon. Okay. Uh-oh. High octane. Uh-oh. Looks like it's time for me to die. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 400. All right. What's our plan to win the game? Do we still have a Lumina in deck? We do. So we could beacon for a Lumina. But that doesn't do much. We could beacon for a Valiant Thrust, which is probably better. Could beacon for a Cataclysm. Let's see. So this is going to deal 4, and then he'll boost again. Probably. I guess we'll do the math at the end. Just see how many attacks he has. Ooh, Pulse Wave is pretty brutal here. So I think if I show him, choose an action card. So I could definitely show him this and then show him these. Because I want to keep this starter. Yep. Show him these. Okay. Probably, I don't think it really matters which one he rips here. Yep, taking my yellow makes some sense. Okay, we're likely to beacon for Celestial Cataclysm now. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna get to attack me 3 times here for 15. So we'll survive at 1. Oh, no, it's 6, 6. And then the last attack is for 5. So 6, 6, 5. So 17. So I actually have to give him a card here. Ugh, that sucks. So I think I just block out. No, I can't. I have to play this Illuminate, threaten to beacon him. So he has to like overblock or something. So I could block 6 here. Yeah, there's no way I could keep my hand. Won't be able to tutor for beacon. Ugh. All right, this is what it is. This game is a very, very good example of like Bolton kind of stumbling through turns. Oh, he still has an action point after this. Uh-oh. Am I just dead? Okay, so he can't attack with this anymore, right? But he can still block with this. And it currently has 4 block. Let me double check this. So you cannot attack anymore, but you have a 4 block, 3 block, 2 block, 1 block. If the Nitro Mechanoid is destroyed, he doesn't die, right? Yep. Yep. Well, sending this Illuminates feels really bad into 4 Temper. I don't know how we just lost our last beacon. I don't know how to win. I don't know. Well, let's find out, guys. I don't know. We'll see if we could pull something out of our ass here. Do we E-strike 7? We need to use our Snapdragon somehow. Yeah, I'm thinking about fatiguing him, but at 2 life, it's real difficult. We did see he's running some, like, firewalls and stuff like that, so maybe there's a chance. I think we just E-strike 7 here. I mean, if we don't want him to know what our arsenal is. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like he's playing around it. Yeah, we'll just buff power here. At least if he blocks with a Nitro Mechanoid, then this comes in for a breakpoint. So Cataclysm, 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 Illuminate. Yeah, I wish. This is Cataclysm at home. It's really, really, really tempting for him to block the Nitro Mechanoid here. But maybe he will hold off because I've been holding this for so long. I think he's checking my graveyard right now. He's like, okay, is there any beacons left? Do I have to overblock this? But I have no beacons left. I still have a Lumina left, but I mean, we don't have blues in our deck, so it's not that great. We did get our only no block out of our deck. So our deck is literally 25 blocking cards here. And he doesn't have a real weapon here, so I think fatigue might be the way to do it. Like, we've seen 3 throttles. We've seen 2 high octanes here. And like I said, he is running things like Firewall, so... Bataclasm. E-strike and super E-strikes, how I like to call them. With no armor, like, if there's any turn where he pushes 14, we lose. No blocks. Okay, so I think we saved this to, like, maybe push with the Cataclysm. Take him to 3 here. We're probably going to die here. If we draw Soul Shield here, we're probably going to die. Because there's not very many targets left to block cleanly. They manually added 1 health to themselves. Not sure why. Oh, he's blocked with that. Okay. I see. I see. He in chat he typed block for 4 with mech. Okay, okay. Yep. That's why he ticked himself up 4. Okay. So I should have snapped into Illuminate there, but that's okay. All right, let's see. Rev up for 8. Holy crap, that's a lot. Okay. So we double sink below, I guess. That's all we can do, right? Josh, I lost to a Bolton as Riptide today. How do I overcome that? So traditionally, Riptide should be pretty favored into Bolton. Bolton has everything that triggers the traps, right? Like he has go again, he has stuff higher than the base. He has yeah, he should basically triggering everything. Did you die to him like high rolling a bit, or did it feel like a pretty even game? Squigs, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Squeegeezy donated $5. Hey, I just wanted to say a huge fan and keep up the great work. Much love from the only warrior main in Alaska. Oh man, that's a big place to only have 1 warrior main. How is the scene in Alaska? That's pretty cool. Hey Josh, I heard you're using my list tonight. Hope it's treating you well. Yep, I am using your list. This is like game 5 or 6 right now. Our lists are actually pretty similar, Flame Dog. Like I already did a comparison between our lists. You're running the attack. I'm not. I'm running the attack reacts. You're running E-Strike. I have a bit more defensive cards. You like Illuminate. I like Snatch. It's roughly the same. All right, 2 go again. Gonna get a card from us. There you go. And if this comes in for 5, which it might, because he has 1 resource, we lose. Let's find out. Yep. Oh, GG. Well played from our opponent. We did stumble slightly there in the mid game, which was unfortunate. We drew our combo on turn 4, but we weren't able to combo till turn 5 because we didn't have a starter. Unfortunate. Yeah. Overall, I think the deck is pretty good. Light the Way has felt decent. That's a card that I haven't really been running. The Banner to Vigor is kind of weird. I personally took the route of adding Banner of Protection just to never lose against Kano. Yeah, I'm also running 3 Steel Hands. These Resounding Courages probably should be red, but yeah. But I think we're both running roughly the same ratio. 20-40 seems about, yeah. Even game, but Soulbound saved him 10-ish points of trap. Oh yeah, you're right. The traps do not work very well against Soulbound. That's something I totally forgot about. We only have 2 stores that carry it last time I checked, and one of those stores is an 8-hour drive from where I live. Holy crap. Alaska is huge, guys. Like, it might look small on the map, but it's actually, like, giant. I run E-Strike over Snatch because the Bannerets make it either a 0 for 5-6 go again, similar to why you would run Snatch. Figures only for Dromai. I support this. Can you explain a little bit more, Flame Dog, why you think E-Strike and Snatch are kind of the same? The Bannerets make E strike a 0 for 5/6 go again. So the reason why I like Snatch a lot is because it's very powerful on a V double charge turn, because it becomes 6 or 7 on hit draw card. Like, people know to on a V turn to save their stuff for the end chain, but when Snatch is coming in at a break point, if they have attack actions, like, it's, yeah. Okay, let's play one or two more games. Overall, I've been liking the deck. I think I've gone like 3-2 or something like that so far tonight. It is interesting that you decided to play Raiden against Fi and combo against Katsu. Ooh. Okay, so we're playing against Azalea. We don't have as many D-Reacts as my list, so I'm thinking... So if you go second, and they basically YOLO an arrow, you could start the game pretty behind, but I do like the tempo. Ooh, it's close. I think we're going to go second. Okay, there's no Azalea match here, but that's okay. We can improvise. Are you a Soulbound Resolve gamer against Azalea, Flame Dog? All right, we'll put in the D-Reacts that we can. This is not amazing against them, but it might be just barely good enough. Yep, I think this is okay. We only have Soul Shield Sync and 2, that's all you got to help. You try to combo her. All right, let's try that. All right, so we swapped our deck here. All right, let's try to combo Azalea, guys. This is not normally what I do, but let's see how this goes. Just check the retailers located on the Fab website. I have to say we upgraded from 2 stores to 7. There you go. But when I started, there was only 2 stores, and the reason I would have this scene up here in the first place is because my LGS owner loves the game. There you go. A lot of the time, the okay, well, that's bad. Red and the Ledger dominate. Do we give armor and soul shield this? I think we do, right? Because it has blood rot token. Should we block with the warband or the courage first? I think we block with the warband, right? Because they could have drill shot, right? It's not a huge issue. No. We actually want to block with this first, right? Because they don't have something that says if it has -1, destroy it. Like Guardian does. Okay, do we want to double pitch the engulf? Do we want the engulfing light gone? I think we do, right? We want to dig deeper, right? So, but there's a chance we don't have a charge card if we do that. Dig deeper or ensure we have a charge card, guys. I think we dig deeper, right? We don't want the game to last too long. All right, YOLO. No, no. Oh my god, guys. Got max punish there, guys. What? Oh man, I should have kept my charge card. Oh well. Oh god. MILB. Oh man. Never let Azalea go first. They always find a knock. Yeah, I probably shouldn't let them go first. Boulder trap. Well, joke's on you. That doesn't do anything. That was the best hand in the history of Bolton. That is true. All right, read the glide path, Dead Eye, Azalea into Sleep Dart with a lace. Well, all right. Do we just double sync this? And we can't use our hand efficiently, but we could send the Illuminate, I guess. That's not too bad. Double sync, and we don't want to sync because we could draw into a combo piece and that would go to the bottom, right? So we double sync, and then we take light charging something. Yeah. I think it's okay for this to hit, right? Yeah, it's just a... Yeah, it's not that bad. I'm thankful my LGS can host ProQuest and RTN. I went during ProQuest Season 3 with Dory, got 3rd place. Congratulations. Haven't done any another big event because of school. Okay. All right, so normally we would be syncing these cards away, but we have an inertia token. We don't actually want to draw into... Oh, shit! No! 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 Shit! My bad. I should have let this resolve. Pass on that. Click this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, pass on that. Okay, so now we can still use our whole hand. All right, so we're going to get an inertia token. Sad day for us. And then we can dig deeper in our deck by using our whole hand. So we take flight. I guess the Light the Way is better in our deck. All right. Oh, God. What the hell is this? Guys, oh, there's something wrong with the shuffler. Oh, my God. Okay, we're still very low on soul. But we have the combo. So he had the bullseye bracer here? That's weird. To give this go again? Do we let him reload here? Do we double block or let him reload here? I don't know. Let's just be efficient here. Yeah, you only need 2. Yeah. Their deck blocks for complete garbage. They don't have very many 3-block non-attacks. Release the tension. Red in the ledger. That's fine with me. Okay. Yep. All right, that's fine. We'll take 5. We'll arsenal this, and we'll just move on. All right, chat. You think I'm going to draw a charge card after the last 2 hands? Oh, baby, we drew triple Lumino. Woo! All right. This is called being good at the game, guys. What did he do? What was his turn? Did he not draw an arrow? He activated Death Dealer, pitched Dead Eye, and didn't load anything. Okay. Well, this is not much of a game. All right, chat. Lumina's going booming now. Ranger hand. Welcome to Ranger. Yep. This at least beat Brody twice this weekend when he was on Azalea. It's probably Bolton's worst matchup currently. Yeah. Oh god, you don't want to be blocked with Rebel, bro. Just let it happen. Just let it happen, guys. That's right. It's this shirt, baby. Lumina go boomina. Normally I don't combo Azalea, but this is eye-opening. We learn new things every day. Yeah, he basically got time walk there. Is he not dead? I guess this only does 40 damage, so. This is Rabble, isn't this? He is dead. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. Well, guys, hopefully we could close out the game with 16 soul and 2 beacons, right? A giant beam of light. Well. Insert clip here about John. I mean, I did have some bad hands, dude. I had bad hand, god hand. I did get to charge on turn 0, which was nice. So that was a whole roller coaster of emotions, that game. All right, we've been streaming for about 3-ish hours. So all right, so again, for you guys, just a quick recap of the stream, since I'm sure some of you guys came here later. We talked about the heavy hitters cards. In particular, we talked about the warrior cards. I talked a brief bit about how I thought these would be built. Of note, I think we're going to probably get some pretty cool looking weapons here. Generally, the swords or the weapons that they use in the art comes. So yeah, likely to get some short swords for Olympia, which is going to be nice because I think they're going to be playable by all of them. Yeah, we talked a little bit about the different cards here. We talked about the breakdown of how there's probably going to be 2 specializations per hero. Talked a little bit about the distribution of rarities and all that. Yeah, looking to be an interesting set. Next week will be the start of spoiler season, so we will have some of the spoilers, so I could talk about that on stream next week. Then we talked a little bit about FABREC and how I'm going to use FABREC going forward. And then we talked a little bit about Flamedog's list and my list and the comparisons. If you're playing Bolton, I think this is very, very close to what you should be running. You could run some blues if you want, up to you. But that's kind of where things stand. If you take Bolton to an event in the next few weeks, probably going to look like this. And given how Bolton is built, he probably will get a couple cards that he might play. But we'll have to see. All right, so that kind of wraps up the stream. Next week, we're going to be going over Dorinthia and talk about where she's at. Play some Dorinthia games. We'll also be talking about the spoilers and all that. As we wind down the stream, I'd like to, just kind of open it up to chat. If you guys want to ask me anything, now would be a great time to do so. Azalea is prone to being rushed down. You could do a Stilgar strategy with Dory with Courage instead of Tunic D-Rex and Race as you like with Phi. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people prefer to just play aggressively into Azalea. I think both styles are fine. Steelblade Shunt is a hell of a card. Miss the stream, but need to catch up on the VOD to see the Warrior hype. Olympia looks interesting to me. Yeah. So I've mentioned this several times on stream that I posted a poll on my Twitter, which is Josh_TCGZ, and I did a poll of which Warrior are you more interested in seeing content for first? Stream/deck tech/card analysis. It's 170 votes, and Casai is at 54%, Olympia is at 46%. So it's pretty close. And yeah, two of the comments there are saying that, everybody's going to be making Casai deck techs. Olympia is a little bit, going to be a little bit more niche. Yeah, I generally agree. If you guys want to vote there, go vote there. Yep. You've been brewing Casai a ton in the past few days. How have you been finding Casai? How annoying do you think the new Guardians are going to be for Warrior? That depends on their equipment. They're likely going to get a headpiece or a leg piece. And they're already at a point where they have so much armor. It's actually ridiculous. Playing against a Guardian that knows how to use their armor is one of the most annoying things in the game. Because their armor lasts long enough that their disruption can fill in the gaps. I've always found Guardian to be very, very, very... You basically have to play perfectly, and they have to make a mistake somewhere. And the thing is, like, real high-level elite Guardian players, they don't make many mistakes. Victor Goldman and a stupid hammer. Well, luckily, it appears that like milling people and like blocking well are two things he can't do together. I mean, Casai, their boots fixes the breakpoint. Yep. Casai with dynamos is pretty ridiculous. I'm actually very curious what the Warrior Legendary is going to be. Is it going to be a headpiece? Seems like that's like the missing one, right? Because Warband of Bolano is light warrior, so she's extremely fun. I think she needs a few more cards, but right now she feels really strong. Do you like running Blood on her hands in Kasai? Guardians don't need more armor, man. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Guardians have just so much armor. So much armor. You have to be you it takes a lot of effort, let's just put it that way. Victor gives you flashbacks to Frosthammer Oldham. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know why they give Guardian one-handed weapons that attack for 4, but they do. My bet is on a new chest. Legendary sword. That would be a first. Is there any? There's majestic, rare, and common and token weapons. I don't think there's a legendary weapon in the game at the moment. I mean, there are weapons that are very rare, like the Alt Art Galaxy Black. But that's still a majestic. It'd be nice for the other warrior weapons to be fleshed out, but then again, as you said, it's warrior width and not depth. Yeah, I mean, warrior. This has been a common problem for a while. Is that they're like, let's give them multiple playstyles, and we're like, great, we can do many things. Poorly. They have printed at least 3 weapons that are currently useless. So, not 100% hit rate though. A Fable generic weapon. That'd be interesting. 3x Blood on her hands in my list. Ironically, been using High Striker Yellow to help fuel the turns. High Striker Yellow, so that generates what, 5 copper tokens, right? High Striker Yellow is such a funny card. Like, oh, 4 copper tokens. Okay. Who would have known? In Everfest, you look at this card, you're like, who the hell would ever play Yellow High Striker? Well, Casai would. A Spoils of War and Spoils of War, any hit during the turn, full blood at her heads. Yep. Fable generic weapon. Yep, we already talked about that. Just reveal a 10 attack from your deck and suddenly Victor's weapon attacks for 3. Yeah, 10 attack is going to be pretty hard to get to. I think people who haven't played Blitz aren't ready for how much value Dynamos would generate in CC Kasai. Yeah, you haven't really seen much of that except Hatchet's Dory, I guess would be the only one. Wizard got 3 useless weapons too. That is true. That is true. I'll shoot you my list after the stream if you want. Sure. Yeah, just message me on Discord. You can find me in the TheCardGuyz Discord. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, it looks like yeah, it's about time to end the stream. I just, we had almost 100 people watching earlier. That's really great. Glad to see. In terms of like team updates, so the team is going to be streaming more. That's something we're going to be pushing towards doing as a team. So for weekdays, Nathan and I and Nathan and I basically will take the weekdays, and the other 3 guys are going to be Fridays and the weekends. So yeah, if you want midweek fab goodness, Nathan and I have got you covered. If you're on the weekend, you could watch Seb, Ed, or Will. We're all going to be doing different things. So Obviously, my streams are going to be pretty heavily focused on Warrior. But if we have some downtime, I might branch out to some other classes. I, in particular, like Assassin and Ninja. Although I don't play either one particularly well. Okay. Schedule goes as follows. Okay, well there you go. We got the schedule right there. So let's see. Yep. So we got Seb on Sundays, myself on Tuesdays, Nathan on Wednesdays, Will on Fridays, and Ed on Saturdays. So cool. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Um, what's Nathan playing nowadays? World of Warcraft. uh, I think he's playing Bravo and Dromai. Branch out to Wizard? Well, the only wizard I might touch is Emperor, to be honest. What class is he playing in WoW? He plays Paladin and he plays Warrior, if I know correctly. Do you think we'll ever see CC Dory, Quicksilver? If they're gonna release a Dory, they're probably gonna release a light. Like if they're making Dory star of the show, it's probably gonna be a light hero. I don't know how they would incorporate that. It might be like like the weapon says your hero is a light hero, something like that. Um, James White did say that they do hope to make all of the heroes to give them the star of the show treatment to all the original heroes. So no Emperor's fake play Kano. Dude, Kano just is so hard to play, man. Is Dash IO a good hero to invest more time in? Do you think it's a bad meta for her? Dash IO is great. Dash is just a solid hero all around. Dash OG Dash IO both are just Dash IO is much harder to play and is it a little bit higher on variance, but you know, they both are good. People who play Bravo like eating the same unseasoned chicken breast for every meal. Yeah. Dude, I played Bravo once at a pre-con skirmish and I almost fell asleep. I think she might be a Shadow Warrior. Sure. Why not? There needs to be some conflict and there needs to be a story arc, right? Dash IO looks like one of the most fun aggro heroes in Fab. Yep. Definitely is. All right, guys. I think that's basically going to round it out for this week. You guys could come back in about a day, I guess 21 hours ish for Nathan's stream. You could come back next Tuesday and we'll be looking at Dorinthia and we'll have some of the spoilers for heavy hitters, so we're going to take a look at that. Anyways, just want to shout out a couple of our sponsors at the end of the stream here. So Dragon Shield, Magnolia Gaming, which is a new sponsor for 2024, and FABREC.gg. Thanks to all three of them for making all of this possible. Thank you to the viewers, for you guys in chat. Thanks for watching. Thanks for interacting and all that. I wouldn't do this if if there wasn't an active chat, if there wasn't a lot of people that said, "Hey, Josh, I just want to see, see some games. I just want to, hear your thoughts on things." So, you guys are awesome. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. See ya. Take care.